Hey guys, this is Sandy White from Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader. And on today's segment, I'm going to ask you all a couple questions. See if you can guess. 8-pound kettlebell, 5-pound kettlebell, 10 pounds each hand. These are the dumbbells. This is an 8-pound weighted ball. And can you believe it? You actually have hand weights. These are actually like about 0.5 of a pound. So they're not heavy. However, I would recommend using these when you're walking. That way you can pump the arms, pump the arms, pump the arms. However, that's not the question I was going to ask you. What do you think we're going to do with all of those? And the last thing, a handy dandy mat. Well, I will tell you that right after this. No, I'm not going to make you wait much longer. We're actually going to be using these weights to do core exercises. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I am on my knees. Just to show you, I'm on my knees. Core exercises help you to do something so simple as this. When your core isn't at its best, standing on your knees this length of time, it's going to give you some challenges. Walking gives you challenges. You see people walking like this, they're all bent over. Nope. So if you strengthen the core, you actually strengthen your back. So when you do these exercises, I like to do exercises that are 1-2 punches. Well, it targets multiple areas. That way, you got to remember, if you work the front, you got to work the back. And a lot of people forget that. But the core helps you when you're bending down, doing squats, and you're picking up stuff, not picking up stuff, just simply doing squats, getting up off your sofa, walking straight, not having lower back pain. If you have children, when I say picking up stuff or picking up children, it helps with that. And you need to get into the habit of just squeezing those bad boys in. All right, so we're going to do 4 exercises, and I'm going to stop talking because I'm actually going to do them with you. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a mat if you don't want to, but the mat will help when we do that last one, which is like a lumberjack chop, lumberjack chop, pow. So I'm just going to show you. You're going to have one knee up, hold that weight up, bam, bring it back up, bam, bring it back up, bam. But we have to switch and do the other side. So that's why I have a lot of different variations of the weights. You don't necessarily have to have all these different variations. You can just have one, or you can have none at all, or you can, what I forgot to bring to show you guys are the resistance bands. They work just as well. All right, so let's hop right into our first one, and that's going to be a crunch, but it's not, you're not going to come all the way up. You're going to be holding your weight, and you're just going to come up just a little bit and down, just a little bit and down. So I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first one that I was telling you about. It's a slight raise, and I'm going to use, this is the 10 pound. I think you can see that. 10 pounds. Got it? All right. You don't have to go that high. I'm showing you that because I'm ready to make a point. You need to use a weight that's not going to be too easy, and it's not going to be too heavy, because we're going to do a set with 8 reps in it. So if it's too easy, you're not going to get the benefits of strength training. And if it's too heavy, you're not going to get the benefits of strength training. You're going to give up because it's too heavy. And if it's too light, you're going to just blow off the exercise. So get one that's in between. And when I say in between, on that last rep, you should have to, like, you should be really like, I can feel it. I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? And your muscles are stretching. All right, so we got 4 to do, and I need to rock and roll. All right, so I'm gonna lay down, and I'm holding the weight, and I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit. All right, here we go. And down. So get your shoulders off the ground. Arms are gonna be straight. Squeeze your abs up to the knees and down. Up to the knees and down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you want to make sure that you do about 4 sets. I'm going to do one more with you. I'm going to try to do 2 sets with you guys, but you want to do 4. All right, so here we go again. Have the weights, arms straight, roll it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That was good, guys, and I can actually feel that. So we're going to move on to the next one. You can use this weighted ball. You can use the weight, and all you're doing, lean back a little bit. Take the legs over. Take the legs over. And I'm only counting on the right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now I'm going to scoot back just a little bit because I want to make sure that y'all see this ball, or you want to move your legs a little higher. The kettlebell has the rim on it. Weighted ball or the kettlebell. This is an 8-pounder, but it has this bridge, which means you're not going to shortchange and cheat. Otherwise, you're going to kick yourself. So I'm going to use the kettlebell. I'm going to do it long ways. You all can see that. And let's do our next set. All right. You got to lift it up. And this is working all of that lower pooch. This is 2. And I'm counting on the left side. All right. This is 3. You can do this. 4. We're counting incorrectly, but this is 5. And yes, you're going to feel it in your thigh. Because remember, I told you guys I like to do dual workouts. We got 2 more to go. Last one. You should still be able to talk. All right? That was super, super good. All right, guys. So we're going to move on to the next one. Hopefully I am back enough so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to use the mat this time because we're going to do the lumberjack chop. So get your mat if you have one, or use a towel. You just want to protect your knees. And if you don't have a single weight and you're using the kettlebell, just use it, hold it from the base, bring it up, chop it down. But I'm going to bring my knee up, well, put one up. Makes it a lot easier for you to do this. If you're going to use the kettlebell, hold it from the base, bring it up, chop it down. Bring it up, chop it down. However, I find that it's easier to just hold the weight on both hands and bring it up, down. This is 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down. Last one, down. Now we're going to switch, and I'm going to show you the same exercise laying down. That's if you don't want to do this lumberjack chop sitting up. It's a variation, but you're going to be laying down. All right, so start up and chop down, because remember, you got to do both sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is our lumberjack chop. And be mindful of your weight. Now, if you're going to do it on the ground, you're going to use your ball, weight, kettlebell, or nothing at all. You're gonna, hopefully you can see this. Let me slide back just a little bit. You want to dig your heels in the ground, so slight bend, heels are in the ground, and you just doing the lumberjack chop like this. If you can handle it, then you're still on the ground, but you have a lot going on. You got to raise that ball in the air, chop it, keep your heels dug into the ground, and keep your balance while because you're not sitting straight up, you're tilted back just a little bit. So you can do that lumberjack chop up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I like it either way. I like it on the floor better because I can feel my lower back being worked. I'm all for making sure all of your body parts are working, especially if you sit all day long. You cannot forget about your back, all right? So if you're doing rows, that takes care of your upper body and the back. Rows, remember, we did that one last week. That takes care of your upper back. If you do a lumberjack twist, you're going to feel it in your lower back. Now, yes, I'm tossing that ball in the air. You don't have to do that, but you got to do what you got to do to make this interesting to you. All right, now let's jump into the very last one, which is our London Bridge. Under and over, under, not the, when we had the kettlebell, we're not doing that one. Nope. Taking the weight. Under, over, under, over, under, over, okay? Now, if you need to switch, get a lighter weight, get a lighter weight. So we're about to hit London Bridge. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you guys the very last one, and that is the London Bridge, over, under, and then the bonus one I was talking to you guys about that I was going to show you. It's basically the vacuum. You can use the sofa, dig your heels into it. You can do the exact same thing on the ground. You just sucking in all of the air and you're going to hold it. So I'm going to do the sofa. I find it a lot easier to not breathe in and out and just hold it. And then you dig your heels into the sofa, push yourself up and hold. And then it'll be bonus on top of the bonus, but then the pulse. That way you work the front and back of your thighs and your butt as well. What I also want to remind you guys, if you don't want to be super sore, you're going to be sore because you're using weights, it's resistance training. You got to make sure you take your collagen, okay? We talked about that a couple weeks ago, which brands you can get, things like that. But the point is, you want to take it. That way you won't be super sore and you won't use it as an excuse not to exercise again. And I want to tell you, so if y'all like wondering, what does she have this here? Sometimes collagen does not mix very well, especially if you don't have a blender or you're out and about. Take some warm water, fill the cup up maybe halfway or something like that. And then the scoops are pretty decent size. And I do that because it dissolves pretty easy and you don't have any chunks in there. So the scoop, as you can see, it's a decent size here. And that's going to give you quite a bit of collagen, and you need to do about 2 of these. All right, so I just take it, mix it in some water, add in some fruit. That way I can chug a load. This is 24 ounces right here. All right, so let's do our London Bridge real quick. It's over and under, so, or under and over. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Working your shoulders, arms, front, back of your legs. One more set. All right. I'm going left side. Under, over, under, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to do the vacuum the way I like to do it. But it's literally you laying down, squeezing tilt your pelvis just a little bit, squeeze all the air and hold it. Literally, that's it. Crunch that belly in. But for some people, they may not totally get that and start breathing, and you're defeating the purpose. So I'm going to dig my heels in. Like I said, push up, squeeze fingertips towards my heels, bring it up. And you just hold it. 30 seconds, squeeze, squeeze. And bringing it up in the air like this, you have no choice. You're going to squeeze. Now pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze. And release. You want to squeeze as high as possible. You guys did a super job. I love hanging out with you. I love that you guys really receive the information that I'm sharing with you. If you're new to the channel, I'm Sandy White, the host of Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader, and we are on a mission to save 1 million lives by providing simple tips and strategies so that you can overcome suicide and depression. If you don't know, when your gut is off, it sends the wrong signals to your brain here, and this starts down that rabbit hole. So our job here is to provide you with really good simple tips, nutrition that's off the charts, where you can stick with them and you can see incredible results. We broadcast every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WYTV7.org. Check out the platform, see what we're doing. Until next week, love you guys. Bye.